Flower. Flower is the reproductive organ of plant. Today we will learn about different parts of flower. So take a look at the picture. The first part is the petal, that is the outermost colorful part of the flower. Next is the female part or carpel, which consists of ovary and stigma. This part is called style. Next is the male part or stamen, that consists of filament and anther. This part is sepal, and this one is the receptacle. Now let us know about the other parts. The sepal is collectively known as calyx. So those flower who contains all these 5 parts, that is the receptacle, calyx, petals, stamen and carpel, is called the complete flower. The petals are collectively known as corolla. Some flower can have some extra part like apicalyx. Now sepal, as you can see in the picture, the sepal is the outermost part of the flower, and it is a defensive organ that protects the flower developing reproductive structures, and when the flower blooms, the sepal opens. Next is the petal. The petals are the sterile floral parts. That means they are not taking part in reproduction directly, but they are the accessory holes, as they helps to attract the specific pollinators. Next is stamen and carpel. Stamen and carpel. We can see stamen here. This is also known as androecium, and this part is the carpel or gynosium. The stamen or androecium consists of anther and filament. The anther contains the pollen grains inside. The female part, carpel or gynosium, consists of stigma, style, ovary, and inside the ovary there is ovule, that is the female reproductive cells. So we can see the anthers are containing the pollen sacs, and each anther is containing 4 pollen sacs, those who contain the pollen grains, that is the male reproductive cells. Now the stamen again. These are the male reproductive organs, and they help in the development of pollen grains. This is the female part which contains the stigma. We can see the stigma here. This is the landing zone and entrance zone of the pollen grains, and as these stigmas are covered with a sticky waxy substance, so they help to trap the pollen grains with their hairs, flaps or other surface. So next is the ovary. You can see the total ovary here, and the ovary is the enlarged basal portion of the pistil, that is the female reproductive part, and inside the ovary it contains the ovules. The outer portion of the ovules is eventually mature into the fruit, either dry or fleshy. So you can see the ovules again. These are the organs that forms the seeds after fertilization. And the last part is the receptacle, that is the thickened swollen part of the flower at the base, which holds the total part, and it is giving rise to the edible part of flower and fruit. This is the receptacle, and the lower portion is known as peduncle. So that's all about flower and its different parts. Thank you.